Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. We are going to be looking at my TBR for October. I don't know if I have just broken myself after August and Augustathon and all the nonsense from August, but I'm doing something very close to August here in October. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's happened. And I'm going to walk you through the books that I have chosen. It's not a picking my TBR. I'm not playing a game for it this time, even though I think I mentioned before that I might be playing a game for it. I'm not, because it has to be so specific. Different from August, these books actually have to be read in order. So there were a few times in August where I needed to read a certain books during a certain few days, but there was never an order to the books. There's an order to these books. So I will get out of the way as much as I can. The way this is going to work is this is all the books for, you see these two down here at the bottom? I will move down here and cover up those two books. Okay, and then when we get there, I'll move out of the way. This is for two different readathons. This is for the one that I am co-hosting or being the team captain of the Long Walk Readathon. My team is the Long Walk. I will link that up here. If you missed my announcement about that, go join my team and go sign up for the Long Walk Readathon. That one has 20 prompts, but it also has a board, and I have to read those books in that order to move around the board. So it doesn't start right here. This is not the first book for that, because the other readathon I'm doing is the Trick or Treatathon, and I have done it every year. This is the 5th year of the readathon. This is my 5th time doing it, and my team won year 1 and year 3, so now it's time for year 5 for my team to win again. But last year, we came in 2nd place, and if you win, you get to start 2 days early in the next thing, if you won on your team last year. So my team came in 2nd place, so I get to start 1 day early. So this first one, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, that book is for Trick or Treatathon, not for the Long Walk, because the Long Walk has to start on October 1st. So I didn't want to start a book that was for the Long Walk Readathon too early. So I'm going to start on September 30th, not on October 1st, and I will be reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. So the good news about this is that I get an extra day in the month to read all of these books. The bad news about it is that I have to read all of these books. Like, I just don't understand why I was like, oh, this is a really good idea. Let's do this. And as you will notice, this does not include any graphic novels from my graphic novel thing that I started doing every month. So I am still going to take a 24-hour period and read graphic novels. What I was thinking about doing, actually, because the last time I did the graphic novel video, I set the timer, this little timer, I set it for 24 hours and I just hit start. And I went down as I was reading it and tried to see how much I could read in a 24-hour period. This time, I'm seeing how many graphic novels I read in 24 hours of reading. So my plan this time is I might start at the beginning of the month and go ahead and pick a graphic novel. And then as I read it, I will do my countdown until I get to 24 hours done. I don't even know what I was saying because I had to switch out 2 of these books I just remembered. But now everything is set up correctly. Now, the one thing that I wanted to talk about was the way that only the first 20 have to be read in order, and then the rest of them can be read in any order, however I want to do it. So I didn't think at all about how I put these books in here. Like, I didn't put them in based on the genre or anything. I literally just moved them over, slid them in to where they would fit. Also, I'm going to move up while we're talking about the books at the bottom. Anyway, so the ones at the bottom, this one, No One Leaves the Castle. This is my member pick for the month. All of my channel members get to offer suggestions for books that they want me to read. And then I do a vlog just for the membership about me reading the book. It's spoiler filled, so if you haven't read the book, don't watch the video. But it's just nice to have books to read like that together. something in the future might be coming up also for the members a little bit like that, but we'll talk about it as we get closer. The other thing is I added in The Resurrectionist, which is, it says NG because it's on NetGalley, and I added in Brigands and Bread Knives. Y'all, I got approved for the third Legends and Lattes book on NetGalley. Number one, hardly ever go on NetGalley because I feel like I set my things up so far in advance that I don't go to NetGalley to say, what could I add to my book? Because I only do the audiobooks, and they give me the audiobooks and there's an archive date on there. And if I don't read the audiobook before that archive date, the book is gone. So I did go through, I have 4 books on audio right now on NetGalley. 2 of them I was able to get on the October TBR. The ironic thing is that the Brigands and Bread Knives doesn't even go off of NetGalley until November. So I could have waited until November, but I couldn't get the other 2 on the board. They just wouldn't fit with the page numbers and the prompts that they were. So that part is side note, I guess. I probably will be doing the NetGalley November thing just because I don't think I'm planning to do a lot of books in November other than what I already own, like just playing some games, reading some things that I already own. I'm also thinking that November is going to be very heavy in 50 Before 50. Maybe November and December to just kind of finish out the year on a higher note there. And speaking of that, out of all of these books, only 3 of them are even on my 50 Before 50 list. So I definitely will need to make up for that in the coming months. So that is my plan to do that. Otherwise, I only have one more thing that I'm doing, and that is Chaostober. And that one is created by Danielle. I will link her, but it's mostly just what kind of chaos prompt do you want to give yourself? Chaos goal do you want to have for the month of October? And I said, I've already picked my books and I'm reading 40 books. They're like 13,000 pages. And somebody said, why don't you do maybe a page number a day? Like try to hit a certain page number. And I was like, okay, so to finish all of these books by the end of the month, I need to average like 450 pages a day, 445 pages a day. I don't know. I blocked it from my memory. But my chaos goal then is going to be 500 pages a day. I'm going to see how many days I hit it, how many days I don't hit it, because I'm sure I won't hit it every day. But 500 pages a day is what I'm going to shoot for. And I'm going to go through these first 20 kind of as fast as I can. And then the second 20 will be any kind of way that I want to. I'm filling out bingo boards. So I will show you right now the bingo boards. First of all, this is Chaostober. She said, I'm sorry that I'm only giving you 6 pages, Amanda, like 6 spots. And then she said, I'm looking at you, Amanda, because she knew how many I had to read. But I did put a page number in the bottom. It says page 1. So I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping, as I go along, I'm going to move them, just add more pages. But I can get 12 on a page. And these are the first 2 books I'm starting with. So I went ahead and put them over here from my giant list. You can see in the top, first 2 books. That's what I did. But this is my board for, let me get way up here out of the way, Trick or Treat-a-thon. These are all the numbers and these are the books that I'm reading for those. Some of them overlap with the other challenge with the long walk and some of them don't. So you can see the Demon is the first book right here, and that's the first book that I'm reading. But otherwise, this is what it is. Now, for the readathon, I can make as many of these big boards as I want, unlimited. So I read these 24 books, and then I can read 24 more and do another giant board. Or you can do 2 small boards, which is what I have done over here. So I have these 8 books on these small boards. And then what my plan is going to be, because you can see, you can't see because I'm blocking it. No One Leaves the Castle is right below me. And it's because I don't have anywhere to put that one right now. So my plan is I can't do any more small boards, but when I finish the big board and the 2 small boards, I'm going to make another big board for the rest of the books that I read that wouldn't fit anywhere. And I'm going to see if they will fit somewhere on a bingo board to at least get me a bingo or two. That's also where I'm putting the graphic novels that I read this month. All of them are going to go on a new potential board. Now, the way Trick or Treat-a-thon works is, let's say this is my third board over here. So let's say I read Defiant down here. Well, I cannot enter it on this board until I have completed the board before it and the board before that. So until I complete all 24 prompts on this board, I can't enter any of these. I can read them, I just can't enter them, which is why I'm going to start on the graphic novels, and whatever I finish, they're just going to be kind of over in the background, ready to go for the last board, which I haven't even gotten it over here yet, but it's just a blank board, and there are 50 prompts. You get to pick the prompts, put them in any order that you want on the board, and then you read for the month. And so the point literally is to just get one bingo on one board, but y'all know I cannot just be normal. I have to be extra. So that's what I'm doing. And really, that's it. I know I said that's it. Like, it's not a lot of stuff. I know it's a lot of stuff. I know it is pretty ambitious, and especially in a month where I'm already going to be filming weekly vlogs for my goals, and I'm going to be checking in and tracking these things as well. I'm going to spend this weekend making new graphics that I think I want to use for everything that's coming up toward the end of the year. But I'm really trying to streamline things, but also make things more fun and more interesting. And so I'm excited about the vlogs that are coming up for the month of November. I'm actually going to be doing weekly vlogs all the way through the end of the year. My plan right now, as far as the workflow goes, is that I'm going to film from Monday to Sunday. Then the next Monday I will edit. It will go live for my channel members on Tuesday. Probably it'll go live Monday night because I don't want to have to remember to do it Tuesday. And then it'll go live on the channel on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday should be my week before, from Monday to Sunday. And then on that Wednesday, I will have the next Monday to Sunday already going. And I want to talk about the goals that I am accomplishing, the books that I am reading that also align with my goals, and just what I'm doing in my regular life. So a little sneak peek of what is to come in October. We are going to be watching the Sleepy Hollow movie outside in like a community thing, which I have never done before. But I was like, okay, let's do it. Do I even know what happens in Sleepy Hollow? No, I know there's a headless horseman. That's literally, and the man's name is Ichabod or something. That's literally all I know about Sleepy Hollow. And I recently found out it's an actual city in New York, but that's it. That's all I know about Sleepy Hollow. And then what else is happening in October other than it being Halloween? I have a dentist appointment and a doctor's appointment because that is always fun to do. And I think that might be all the big things. I'm sure I'm missing something. That's why I have a planner with everything written down in there. So come join me in October. If you have not subscribed, make sure you go down and do that. Now is also a great time to join the membership. We're going to be doing quite a few membership things as well if you want to do that. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Let's see, I'm on Team Candy this year for Trick or Treat-a-thon, so leave me a piece of candy emoji, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.